Welcome back to another Divine Dev Studios DevLog. Today's DevLog is going to be a little different. I took a break, which is probably good for every indie dev, especially if you're a solo indie dev, to just take a break sometimes and work on another project. You know, whether it's one in real life or if you stream, if you make other types of YouTube videos, or just anything, if you have a family. In my case, I decided to make a mini game. I started off as a challenge, but kind of just turned it into just like a mini game. I had a lot of fun doing it. Experimented with a couple things that I've haven't really used a lot in Maya, ZBrush, Unreal, things like that. Everything from game mechanics down to workflow. And I kind of feel like games or opportunities like this kind of takes a lot of pressure off. You're more open to trying new things because the ramifications aren't going to be very bearing, if at all, on you or the project, right? Because this necessarily isn't one that I was planning on taking to market or anything. Like I said before, it was purely for just really for fun, break up some of the monotony that as an indie dev you may end up finding yourself in. Having to work in the same level every day, maybe working on the same character every day, things like that. So sometimes getting a fresh start like this is really helpful because when you are finished with this, then and you go back to the other project, you're returning with fresh eyes. You should feel somewhat rejuvenated, things like that. So. Yeah, I ended up just making a small little mini game where I think I gave it some kind of little cute title or something like that. Save Cassidy the Caterpillar or something like that. And basically, it ended up being you played as this caterpillar in a third person view. It was a section of the street where you had to collect these leaves in order to get enough food or whatever, and then you ended up having to find a spot where you can basically cocoon yourself, and then you would emerge as a butterfly. And that was pretty much going to be the end of the game. So something really simple, just showing off collecting a couple of items, filling that objective, and pretty much that. So as you can see, I'm really trying to fly through these assets, just trying to see how fast I can go through them, perfect the my speed, as well as still being efficient with things. So I'm just in here making an alpha for the leaf, for the UI in Unreal. So I wanted to make a mask. What I wanted to do is have the icon be empty with an outline, I believe it was, on the UI. And then once you collected it, it would fill in with either a color or an image. And you would end up having to collect, I think it was 5 leaves. So just kind of bouncing around, making sure that I kind of at least touch each and every program in the pipeline as often as possible. Here I'm making the on-screen input key, icon legend. So to be able to show the player on screen in game, moving forward, backwards, left to right. Interacting, we're just collecting the leaves, and interaction will also get you into hibernation as far as cocoon. So Here I'm using a mouse image, and I'm going to basically show the like the mouse direction to turn left or right. So here you're seeing me applying the arrows. So it'll turn the camera, and now I'm jumping back into Maya, where I am basically UVing the caterpillar that I really quickly fleshed out like a basic silhouette in ZBrush. I'm here also creating the sidewalk and the curb, and like I said, I'm making really basic shapes and of everything, and it's not necessarily a realistic style that I'm going for. Just something that I can try to get in there, convey. People will understand when they look at things what they are. A tree, a sidewalk, the curb, a brick wall. What else? Caterpillar, leaves, things like that. So I'm even kind of staying in Maya as often as possible. Not having to leave. I didn't really want to export the I guess the tree to do whatever deformations that I wanted to the tree. I just felt like, okay, hey, if I use the sculpt brush in Maya, that would be enough. Push and pull some polygons and vertices to convey that it's a tree that definitely is not even around with leaves and things like that. And I believe at this point now I'm going to be taking the caterpillar into Substance Painter, and I'm just going to actually paint all of the things, the details on the caterpillar. Nothing fancy. Just giving it a solid color. I've stacked the UVs, so whatever I paint on one side will automatically be on the other. And I'm just kind of fleshing out something that would look like a caterpillar. Some caterpillars have these weird designs on them that almost make them look like predators to certain predators, and keeps them from getting eaten from certain predators. It doesn't work with all of them, but certain ones. So, and here I'm just painting in some teeth, tongue. That way it'll make it look as if there's a mouth in there when there's no real depth to it at all, and that's all it's really going to be. So I'm re-importing it back into Maya, throwing some joints in it, and I'm going to start the rigging process and skinning process as well. So, but yeah, and so this has been a nice little break. There's going to be a part 2 to this, and at least with the modeling and the of the caterpillar and animating of the caterpillar and stuff. So I might make it a 3-4 part series, something like that, to where at least you get to see the same break I took from Heavenly Chronicles Ascension, and at least you can go through this with me as I did as well. So as usual, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be alerted whenever there's new videos. Thank you.